Good morning. Good morning. How you doing?
Oh my gosh, technically challenged. I'm so sorry.
Hey, guess what? Everything works
Oh,
exactly as it needs to. So
I'm
we're
so
gonna just
sorry.
pop right on in because I got a summit I'm running and I think we might do a double take. We'll do this, then I want you to write for a week, and then we're gonna come and do another one because I
Okay.
want to do a full thing, but your book is super hot and loud. So it's like like I'm actually sweating. Hold on. It's like the energy is very hot right now. Okay. So I
Okay.
want you to take a nice breath in with me, Meagan. Breathe all the way down into your sacral chakra, okay? And out. Whoo, sister, you got some power in you. All right, let's breathe it in all the way to that lower belly. And out. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's call in all of our angels and our guides, those who are here to support you and your work. Like it's this book is a piece, but it's like your whole uh, empire of light that you are creating. We're going to call all of them in who are here to support you, lead you, guide you in and through the divine light. They'll come and sit between us, around us, encircle us, hold the space for us. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Okay, now we're gonna prep our bodies, right? Just like you would stretch before you run, we prep before we receive. So we're gonna ask that light will touch our ears so we can spiritually hear what needs to be heard. The light will touch our third eye, so we'll have access to all of our spiritual gifts. The light will cleanse our lips that we speak only what needs to be spoken. The light will cleanse our hearts that they will be soft. All right, my friend, let's call your book in. Let's call your book in, Meagan. It's coming in waves. So it's showing me that there's actually three parts of this book, and they're coming in three different waves. What does that mean to you?
Means my brain is all over the place.
Okay, it's okay. Get into your heart. You don't even have to have any answers, but any visions you see,
um,
anything you feel, share with me, okay?
Three parts.
Let's ask the book. Let's ask the book. So we're going to invite the book to come sit between my heart and your heart, and we're going to ask the book, what are the three parts? The three parts of this book that are coming in waves. And what's interesting is that waves, they don't come in at the same time, right? Like waves break at different times. So there's something about this book showing you that these pieces are coming in on their own time and in their own crash. So there's this message of it doesn't all have to be done at the same time. And there's divine timing. There's divine timing with this book. So the first part, let's see, well, it never works like that. We never work in first, second, thirds. So whatever part wants to be written first, let's bring that in and into the divine light. So the thing I hear so loud is your story. Your story.
Oh my gosh. You are amazing.
Or how about like our angels are just really amazing and they're just giving us some really great things.
Yes, that's echoing in my brain is story. My story, my
Yeah.
story. How it's evolved. How
Tell me a
it's
little bit about it.
um how it's kind of changed what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
What I never coming. If we're the same person today that we were 10 years ago, there's a problem with that, right? We're supposed to progress, supposed to change and evolve, but that thought never really occurred to me in my youth. And something is still holding me back from sharing that story. I've shared bits of it, along the way. More one on. But I do feel like I have a story to share as a mother, as a person of faith who values deeply their relationship with the divine, who values spirituality, and who part of this story, part of this evolution, I've been able to differentiate between how religion and spirituality are different. They're not the same, and that's okay. I'm going to start in this. Gosh, I knew I would cry, but
Tears are so welcome here. So let them come.
It started thanks to my youngest. I owe it, and I'm grateful for it. When I learned of my youngest's identity in the Q+ community, and I'll leave it at. And that began my journey in trying to reconcile my lived experience and to address the overwhelming cognitive dissonance. And so I've kind of made it, I just feel it's my life's, I don't know, mission to address that, to be an advocate for this marginalized group that is grossly misunderstood and That's interesting. You detected 3 parts, because I can feel that. It's as I've gone on this journey, it's weird, because for someone who I've always been very verbal, it's weird to me to be in this place where sometimes I don't have words for what I'm experiencing. It's like I'm entering a phase in my life where there aren't necessarily words to describe what I'm learning, what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing. It's like maybe there aren't words that exist yet. I don't know.
I like that right there. Let's keep that piece, right? Like maybe there aren't words to describe this. Maybe there isn't a book yet that actually names what people are experiencing.
Maybe.
Here's what I see. Okay, I see the 3 parts, and I was shown an image of a body, the body, and then 2 legs. right? Like this is the firm foundation. Here's a body and two legs. This is stable. Your story is the body. The other two parts, one leg is your message to the youth who are going through this identity change. The other leg is your message to the parents. This
Yes,
is the three parts. Yes.
I have felt that. I have. I have felt, yeah.
Yeah. So you start with your story, but here's what's interesting, okay? This is like a new thing I'm seeing. I'm
Bridge.
learning.
I have felt like a bridge.
And I want you to see it like this, okay? Let me see if I can find my words. Hold on. Thank you for being here with us in this beautiful, sacred book channeling session. And if you felt the stir in your heart that it is time for you to write your book, then I am so excited to tell you that I am going to give you my sacred creative process that allows authors to channel their books. Just click the link below in the description and you will have immediate access to learning the tools on how you will channel your book. People who go through really hard things, it's very hard for them to read a very linear book. Okay, so and I'm learning this as we just did this brain scan, and I saw a brain scan that looks like PTSD. And when you see the scan of a brain that's PTSD, it's like all over the place, right? And it cannot stay linear. So when you're working with families who are going through this, there's PTSD that's happening for them, right? Like the way their world is being rocked, the way other people are judging, right? Like that's serious PTSD. You can't write this book linear for them. So instead, you're going to write the book in the way that their brains are going to be able to move and ebb with you, okay? So you're going to tell your story, and then you're going to also throw in, here's the message for the youth, here's the message for the parents. Tell a piece of your story, here's the message for the youth, here's the message for the parents. And you see how all of a sudden, this is going to be a lot easier for their brains to be able to move with you, and it's going to be way easier for you to write. Does this make sense?
Sort of.
Okay, so it's like this. You're going to tell a piece of your story. You're not going to write the whole damn thing. That's going to blow you out, and it's going to shut you down. We're not doing that. You're going to ask God, all right, show me which piece of my story do I tell right now. Write that piece. And then you're going to open up your palms, and you're going to ask the divine, what's the nugget of truth or principle or tool I can teach youth from this story? What's the nugget I can teach the parents from this story? So it's almost like every section in your book is the image of the body and then the two legs, the story, and then how you help both groups.
I see.
Yeah?
So it's,
so much easier. And then they follow you. So every story, they're receiving a nugget.
I see.
Every story, you're giving them support.
I see.
Right?
Okay.
Right?
Yes, totally me too. If I try to, that's totally my personality to like just pick one area and focus on it. Otherwise, yeah, I would probably get overwhelmed trying to do like every single
like 10 years. That's a very long time. Don't try and write that. Instead,
well, no, sorry, this wasn't 10 years. This has been and a half. Sorry, I just used a random number. No, it's not.
But even then, right? Like all that's happened in those short years, if you were to write chronologically, it would blow you out. It would wake up PTSD in your body. So one of the ways that I like to do this is just put up the prayer. All right, God, tomorrow morning I want to write, what's the story that I write about? The most important one that I write about tomorrow. And then you're going to remember it. And then you write about that. And then you're going to ask, what's the nugget for the youth? What's the nugget for the adults, for the parents? And then you're going to do the same practice every single time. Okay, God, what's the next story I need to write about? This is how you stay in channeling with the divine, but also this is just so much easier.
Is this what you do in your mastermind?
Yes.
I read a little bit about it. I'm just cutting to the chase here, Keira.
Yeah. So this is what we do every week, right? In my mastermind, it's 2 hours. It's 2 hours so I can work one-on-one with everyone. It's very intimate. There's only 6 people. I keep them very small. Mm-hmm. In this, we just go through, okay, what's the next piece that's going to get this book complete? But it's so much more than the book. The book is 1/8 of what we do because the rest is your work. Like, where's your podcast? Where's your,
Right.
when we get focused on the book, we get stuck.
I've been stumped on my podcast the past few weeks.
I can feel. Yeah.
You can?
Yes. Yes. So here's the deal, okay? One, we need another morning show because of, I think we were supposed to just soften the earth right now, okay? And
you are incredible. I was drawn to you. Like, I thought I was supposed to go to Unstoppable to meet Glennon Doyle. I was supposed to go to Unstoppable to meet you. I'm serious.
Best thing I've ever heard. Thank you.
I got 60 seconds with Glennon. And then I got to sit at your lunch table and get that hour the next day at lunch with you. And I was just like, who is this chick? No, I didn't really sit there. Book medium? I've never heard of a book medium. Okay. And I never would have known of that if I hadn't gone to Unstoppable. So, yes. Yeah. God knew what I needed.
Here's the deeper context.
Why?
Who are all of the people who need your work right now?
I know.
Who are just so lost right now and struggling alone.
Brave, and I got on a call this morning.
Yeah. Like it's so needed. I don't sweat very often. And holy hell, the second you got on, like my body is like, right? Like there's so much heat here. Okay. So what I want to do actually is I want to book a session, just you and me. We're going to go in a little bit deeper. We're going to talk about how you can move forward. Maybe it's the mastermind, maybe it's not, but either way, like this has to get done ASAP. Okay. Because when this amount of heat is stuck in a body, one of the images I saw when we started was a weight being tied at your ankle and you're jump into the water. It's like you keep trying to swim up, but there's something that's keeping you tied to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like no more.
Totally right.
You have to release that stone from your ankle, whatever the stone is, so that you can get up to the surface and freaking do the work you got to do.
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Damn it.
I know. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to DM you, and we're going to pick a spot. I've got an opening. Is tomorrow Wednesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday. I have a spot tomorrow. We'll meet separately. Until we meet, I want you to do some deep work on asking God, what's the first story you write on? Okay. So before you and I meet tomorrow, this is what you're going to do. You're going to write a story, and then that's going to help us massage the rest of this out. Okay, but first, let's just, I got 3 minutes until I run a summit. All right, hold up. Let's just ask the angels. Can you just hold time for a second? Okay. All right, I want to do this with you really quick. So I want you to just take a nice breath in. I want you to breathe light in from the crown of your head all the way down to your toes. And we're going to ask your angels, we're going to ask your guides, we're going to ask God to show you what is the stone around your ankle so that when you and I meet tomorrow, we're able to actually do some healing work to release that stone. Okay, so that's part of like You know, I don't know. I love to pull weeds. It's like one of my favorite things to do. I love pulling weeds after I've gotten the earth wet. Then the weeds come up super easy. In the next 24 hours before you and I meet again, I want you to start doing this work, getting the soil ready for us to pull that stone off your ankle so that you can just be liberated. Sound good?
I know what it is.
Okay. We're going to do some healing work tomorrow. It's going to be really powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap your book in love. It wants to be wrapped in turquoise. Ooh, I like that. That feels right. Do you like turquoise? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to wrap your book in this beautiful turquoise energy and love and light. And we're going to hand it over to God and to your angels. We're going to invite them to help you have the space and time to write your first story before we meet tomorrow. And then we're going to invite them to show you visions, let you hear, see, know what the rock is that's tied to your ankle, the energetic rock that's keeping you stuck, so that tomorrow we can clear it out and move things through. So I want you to breathe all the way in. We're going to wrap you from the crown of your head all the way down to the toes of your feet with this golden nectar love. Thank you for playing with me today, Meagan.
Gosh, you're amazing.
If you loved this video, then I invite you to come over with me right here and watch a few more of my book channeling sessions. Join me as I sit with authors and we channel through books that are here to transform humanity. I think you're going to love them.